You're watching Starros Entertainment.tv.
Hi, this is TYRONE TANN with Starros Entertainment.tv, and we're here at the Grauman's Egyptian Theater in Hollywood, California for the Sunbow celebration of the Transformers the movie and G.I. Joe the movie, presented by American Cinematheque and Damaged Goods. So check us out here as we interview a lot of the celebrities and the guests here at the TANN, the Sunbow celebration of the Transformers the movie and G.I. Joe the movie on Starros Entertainment.tv. Hi, this is TYRONE TANN with Starros Entertainment.tv, and we're here with
Michael Bell. How you doing, guys?
And Michael, for the audience that aren't too familiar, your involvement with the G.I. Joe and the Transformers cartoons.
As for G.I. Joe, I am Duke and Major Blood and Zaymot. And probably somebody else, I'm not quite sure. And for Transformers, Swoop, Scrapper, and Prowl. And somebody else, I'm sure.
Now, this show's been inspiring us. What or who in your life inspired you to become an actor?
You know, I was 5 years old, so I'm not sure how much inspiration there was other than the fact that it was so much fun. And I got to, I've told people, I used to go to the movies all the time. And the movies that I loved, the one movie I loved was Tarzan. And I always wanted to be Johnny Sheffield, the Bomb of the Jungle Boy. I thought, what could be better than doing something like that? And as I grew older, I stayed with that until I was well into my teens, until I learned better. And then I just started to get involved studying, training, the classics, etc. And I'm here.
What's it like seeing, being here at this anniversary special with, seeing both movies you were involved with and seeing all the fans after all these years? Did you ever know at the time when you did G.I. Joe and Transformers that this was going to sustain as long as it did?
There's no way. If anybody says to you, we knew, nobody knew. It was a job. We went from job to job to job to job during that period of time. We worked as actors on a number of shows because it was a small coterie of people. It wasn't a huge amount of people. And we didn't have the kind of internet setup that we have nowadays where they have people from all over the world. So we were golden children. So we got the chance to do all these different jobs. And it was just a job. It was a great job. We played these characters, and sometimes you got the character right then and there. If I'd be doing a character, they say, Mike, his character's Sideswipe. And I go, what about him? Just do it. Okay, fine. So how do I separate Sideswipe from Duke, or from Major Blood, and from Zaymot? And okay, maybe I'll give him a dialect, and Wally would go, okay, yeah, it sounds new. Just go through that. There you go.
And did you know, like Duke, beloved character, and one of my favorite figures as well. And it had this kind of the leader voice. Did they tell you this is the leader of the Joes, and then how does that go for those that aren't familiar on that process?
Well, since he was the guy who ran the Joes, and the nice thing about it was I've been an on-camera actor for a number of years. I've got a lot of shows under my belt, but I would never get a chance to play the hero, and this was a chance to play a hero, and that was a gift, and because nobody cared what I looked like. As far as they were concerned, I look like Duke, and don't I?
Yeah, you're a leader to me, right?
hey, good, yo, Joe.
No, and that was, and when did you, and for voice actors out there, what is that process for you when they're showing you the animation, and then you just put that voice, or did you change a little bit of your voice, or is because you kind of do have the same voice, or did you just go, I'm just going to go the way it is?
No, with Duke, because he was this hero is not going to have a voice over here, obviously. There may be heroes out there that sound like that, but not for television. So the voice had to be lower. Obviously, I had to lower it. And then if they gave me another character, I had to, possibly bring him back here. Give him a southern sound, possibly, sound like that, so he's totally different. And another character possibly had a back voice over here, and he might talk like this. He may have another character talk like this, so he had the separation. But Duke always had to be over here. It had to be that kind of, I had to think square jaw, big arms, massive chest, not unlike myself.
Now, Major Blood, how did you come up with that one?
Well, because I said, I looked at the guy and I said, okay, I said to Wally, can I have this Australian or English dialect, either choice? And the voice is over here, right? He's up here, and squeeze it and mean and evil like that, right? couldn't sound like that. First of all, I couldn't compare to the other guys that have the really great pipes. I'd already used those pipes up with Duke, so I'd have to come up with something different other than somewhere over here. And the problem with that is I'm not sure I could sustain it.
So I used over here, which I knew I could sustain, and make them as evil as possible.
And that was great fun.
You know, and then have you had a generation or kids at the time when they played with the figure? Because I know that you had influenced and inspired like a lot of people that played with action figures, and we would copy your voices as with the figure. Did you ever get that, or everyone tell you like we would like I would actually have Major Blood as a figure and go guys, you know, and yo Joe, you know, and that's funny because you know it's that's why it's so fascinating after all these years. Getting to meet you, and then all of a sudden you just know. Did you know, or did you even anyone tell you that they would use the like emulate the voices when they're playing with the action figures?
Nobody. All I know is I sign a lot of action figures for people, for the fans, and I sign a lot of pictures. I don't think this is the first time I've heard of that. No one. I know that I've had on my Facebook every now and then someone say, you know, I do those voices, and I say, okay, fine, that's great. I'm glad you do that. I say, can I do it for you? I say, sure. You know, send me an MP3 and I'll listen to it. I say, that's so cute. It really is cute that they would do that. But I've never met anybody in person who'd say, I played with this action figure as a kid and I used that voice. This is it's the first, folks.
Wow, history
it's the
here.
first. History.
That's awesome. And now, it's funny. I was just telling one of your colleagues is that, and I'm probably dating myself, but when the first cartoon came on, I don't even think we could afford the VCRs because it wasn't really VCRs then. It was kind of starting out, so it was a special, but it was on when I had to go to either karate class after school, and I had to. The only way any of our friends could even watch it, I had a tape recorder, and I would tape it. And then I had to go to karate class and then come back, and I actually listened to the cartoon on audio, so I knew this guy's voice, and I knew your voice, and that's kind of how I was associated with it. And then finally, when I think they reran it with the special again, because it was a hit at that point, then I got to visually see it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I never got to see the cartoon. So I would go back to my friends and going, oh yeah, this is what happened. They're like, did you see it? I'm like, no, I didn't get to see it, but I heard it. It was almost like radio television almost.
Funny. That is really funny. Yeah, that period is gone now, isn't it? That's all. There's so much stuff on the air now, and I don't know. I don't know what they refer to it as an evergreen. And G.I. Joe, Transformers. Years ago, I did Smurfs, Rugrats. They're all evergreens. I don't know what today. I guess SpongeBob would be an evergreen. That'll probably hang around. But other than that, I can't think of anything else.
And on Smurfs, which character?
Handy, Lazy, and Grouchy.
Handy. That's awesome.
Yes. Handy was back here.
Yeah.
And Lazy was over here. And Grouchy said, I hate it. I hate Smurfette. Slap her around a little bit. She'll like it.
Now, obviously, you've been inspired, and you inspired a generation. The show is ultimately about inspiring others. What inspirational messages can you give to someone out there that maybe wants to do what you do or just follow their dreams in general?
Wow. If it's to do what I do or did, now I'm on Rescue Bots, by the way. Which is like Transformers, but it's for kids. To do what I did, I would say study. It's not about a voice. It's not about creating a voice, because we all have voices. It's no big deal. It's about the acting behind it. It's about establishing a character that you can reach for. So if you're an actor, and you're a young actor, and you want to work on that, it'll also help you on camera. And I always tell people, look at the people that are successful. There are some wonderful, we call voices that are wrinkled, that have wrinkles out there, that have qualities. And imitate it. Plagiarize. Don't shade your eyes, but God made your eyes. So plagiarize. And it becomes yours, and you develop those characters. As far as going for anything else in your life, I've always felt that with all the no's in my life were the yeses for me. You don't dare say no to me, because that's going to galvanize me. When I was in the service, if you said no about something, I go, okay, you can't say that, because I'm going to do this anyway. And that's really what's important. Don't let anything stand in your way. Your opinion about yourself counts more than anybody else's opinion of you. And you learn that as you get through life. I learned it late, but I learned it.
Now, we want to help promote you in any way, any projects, any websites, or anything like that. You got an audience right here.
Yes, I am. For those of you that want to learn voiceover, I teach I teach voice animation to Japanese students.
Really?
They come in for the past 10 years. They come in about 190 at a time from Osaka and Tokyo and other schools, drama schools, and I teach them voice animation. So, and I've been teaching voice animation to students here, to professional actors and actors here, basically professional actors here, and I've been doing that since the 80s, and so I finally decided to put together a video.
Wow.
And it's going to be the master class, of course, with a phenomenal teacher, Lori Tritel, who's teaching commercial voice, and we're sending out the video probably in about maybe 4 or 5 weeks, and I'll have it on my my website, which is michaelbellvoices.com or Voices of Michael Bell. This is all new to me. All this stuff. Guys, I'm way behind. I still call it a Victrola.
Are you on Twitter? Are you on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
Somebody put me on Twitter.
Okay.
And I don't. I don't do it. It's just too fast for me. It's that I'm no God. Yeah.
Well, catch him on the bottom of the screen. Check out his website. Thank you so much. God bless you with everything. It's truly inspiring to see how humble and not only that, how fascinating of a career you've had, and it's great to know
And
that
my
you.
daughter's following in that career.
That's awesome.
My daughter is starred in The Last Exorcism, which was a couple of years ago, and then she did the second one, and she's got a new film coming out, and she's just starring in another film, and she's got another film, and another. She's got 10 films already.
You want to give her a shout out? What's her name?
Yeah, her name is Ashley Bell. So go to look her up. And she's, if you look up loveandbananas.com, you'll see her plan for a documentary. She's going to Cambodia to do a story on Asian elephants and the disappearing Asian elephant and rescue of Asian elephants. And she's fabulous.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Again, this is Tyrone TANN with
Michael Bell.
You're watching Star Wars Entertainment.tv.
And knowing is half the battle.
Now you know. G.I. Joe.
Yo, Joe.
So check out more episodes as we interview a lot more guests here at the TANN, the Sunbow celebration of the Transformers the movie and G.I. Joe the movie, presented by American Cinematheque and Damaged Goods on Star Wars Entertainment.tv.